So next couple slides, I'm going to flip back one real quick. The next 4 slides are talking about how to scale spend efficiently. So we have compiled a couple different data points and metrics for you. This is across multiple advertisers, multiple product categories over Q1 and Q2 of this year. So pretty large data set with some key takeaways for you and just some guidance on kind of where is the most important, where are people putting their spend, and where most importantly are advertisers driving the most efficiencies. So first up is page type placement data. So really quick overview here. These 3 rows, we have browse page, item page, and then search page. Those are kind of the big 3 on Walmart. There are some secondary page types you can appear on, like category pages, things like that. They're not quite as common here, but for the purpose of this presentation, we're focusing on these big 3 that really make up the vast majority of available impressions and especially ad sales on Walmart. So first and foremost, we're seeing bottom row there, search placements. First column is ACoS, so a super low ACoS of about 4.6%. Some of you may realize this is, much lower than you may be seeing on other retailer platforms. Kind of a great example of how non-competitive it is versus other retailers at the moment here. But search placements tend to work best, mainly due to the fact that they are kind of those premium, very visible placements for customers. We also see bottom right there, about 43% of advertiser spend is currently going towards those search in-grid. You'll sometimes hear it called in-grid placements. But also item page performing very well too. So as you see, the cost per click on item page placements is a little bit higher. It costs almost double, so it's not quite as efficient, but you still see really strong conversion at about 7% versus the 7.3% for search. So pretty equal, roughly equal spend allocation with better efficiencies coming from search placements. One really big important caveat that I want to include here is this can vary widely based on the brand, your product, and especially the product category itself. So a lot of times we'll see, lower ASP, lower priced items may tend to perform a little bit better in search placements. We've also seen on the flip side some higher ASP or maybe more competitive categories, things like TVs, mattresses, consumer electronics. Those sometimes tend to perform better in item page placements. And then one really important note on that is if you are a brand within your product category that maybe tends to have a higher price point, is maybe not necessarily an entry-level brand per se, we do tend to see better performance for maybe a higher ASP item on item page placements. And then if your item is maybe a little bit lower in ASP in terms of the entire product category, tend to see stronger performance from those more expensive but more visible search ad placements. And the main takeaway here is, like I said, it can vary widely. This is across hundreds of advertisers and dozens of product categories. So the biggest recommendation here is take this with a grain of salt. This is kind of a starting point. Highly encourage you to test this for your specific product category and your brand, because this can vary widely. Next up is the actual platforms or devices themselves, Walmart, compared to other retailers, gives some really great data points into actual platforms and devices themselves. So the big 3 here are the Walmart app, the desktop experience, and then the mobile web browsing experience. Main takeaway here is app. That first row you can see, it has both the lowest ACoS at 5.2% or so, the lowest cost per click, so the most efficient cost per click, and it's also that very top right percent of spend. It's accounting for basically 50% of all advertiser spend is going to in-app placements here. So we're seeing a lot of great adoption on the Walmart app, especially during kind of COVID craziness over the past few months. We've had some really interesting data points from Walmart. Walmart was the #1 shopping app in the iOS App Store for Apple devices for multiple weeks during kind of the peak COVID spike and the shift towards e-commerce purchasing. The Walmart app downloads actually surpassed Amazon app downloads for a few specific weeks. So huge astronomical growth for the Walmart app. So super important to be making sure that you're looking at not only the page type placement, but your device type placement. And then last call out here is Walmart's OGP or OG online grocery pickup. One of the biggest growth drivers for Walmart as a company, especially from a digital perspective. Know that is a massive corporate priority for Walmart, is their online grocery pickup. That is currently a separate experience. There are plans to combine it with their general .com core business. But as of today, there's currently no sponsored ads opportunities within online grocery pickup. This is not based on any information from Walmart, but we do expect that to change sometime in the future since that's such a big opportunity. So the reason I bring this up is that mobile app experience is the core of the OGP business. They are very app heavy. And so when OGP does launch sponsored ads opportunities at some point down the road, we believe that this app placement will be even more critical to your success if you are an OGP participating brand. All right, and then last one here is your page type based on consumable products or durable products. So we included this here because we do see some pretty interesting disparities here with the difference in cost per click for consumable goods versus durable. So you can see cost per click there for consumables in the middle column, more than double at least, sometimes getting close to triple for the comparable cost per click for a durable product or a durable product category. So probably comes as no surprise, but Walmart has seen a lot of early adoption from consumables brands, some of your big CPG brands that just had the ability to launch quickly on Walmart. So we're seeing higher competition for consumable goods versus durable goods. But the biggest call out here is that these placements do depend, and the cost per clicks and efficiencies do vary based on what type of product you're selling. And so again, kind of consistent theme here, highly encourage you to test specifically for your brand, your product category, but it does look like there's pretty widely varying levels of competition, and then especially efficiency and performance based on what type of product you're selling on Walmart.